and welcome back to my channel. For those of you that are new here, I post weekly videos about business, lifestyle, and entrepreneurship related content, although lately I have been focusing on print-on-demand videos for sites like Redbubble, but today I'm switching it up a little bit and I'm going to be talking about YouTube. So the other day I posted a poll on my channel if you guys wanted to learn more about growth on YouTube and specifically the things that I learned during my 6 months on YouTube now, and I think around 75% of you guys wanted to see those type of videos. So as you can tell by the title of this video, today I'll be talking about how I was able to gain 4,000 watch hours in just a little over a month. I'll also be sharing some of the tips and tricks I learned during this month and how you guys can implement some of the things that I did and get your 4,000 watch hours too. But before I get into how I did this, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more content about YouTube growth, Redbubble growth, passive income growth, all of the above and more. Now before I get into how I was able to get the 4,000 hours quickly, I want to show you my analytics just as proof that I actually did get them that quickly, and so you guys can see kind of how my channel progressed with my watch hours and how I got the bulk of them in a 1 month time frame. So I just have my laptop here and I'll start looking at it and you guys can join me. Alright, so I started my channel in January, I think at like the last week of January. I'll have to double check that, but as you can see on the screen here, I really wasn't getting many watch hours, which is normal because I just started and it's not like I was posting super consistently or anything. So as to be expected, probably at the end of January I had like, I don't know, less than 10 watch hours for sure. And then as you can see, I'm just going through February, I'd get maybe like 2.8 max watch hours per day, but oh, there's almost 5. But yeah. So same thing going into March. I kind of stopped posting as much, I think, in March and April, so even less of a chance to get watch hours. I think the most I got here was 6 hours, but oh, in April I got 7.8. I was probably so excited when that happened. A lot of those watch hours were from those engagement groups that are on Facebook, so not like the spammy ones, but ones that, you know, you actually have to match engagement of other people and actually watch their videos. So my watch hours didn't actually start taking off until near the end of May, and that's when one of my videos started picking up organically, so obviously that makes sense. If the views go up, the watch hours are gonna follow. So as you can see here, every day I was gaining closer and closer to 100 watch hours until I reached the 100. And then I was kind of maintaining on that pace and, you know, growing until I got to 4,000. So yeah, some days are like 200, 300, back to 100, but either way it was consistently going up and I was able to gain 4,000 within pretty much that 1 and a bit month time frame. So I think before I had my video really take off, I was at under 200 watch hours. You see that most of my watch hours were in that time frame. So yeah, I just want to say that I know I did start 6 months ago, so technically I have been acquiring watch hours since then, but that was probably only like, I don't know, less than 10% of my total watch hours at that time, so it really didn't account for much. And I was able to get the bulk of those hours within that 1 month time frame. So now that you guys have seen the proof and my results, I'll break down how exactly I was able to get those 4,000 watch hours so quickly and some tips and strategies that you guys can follow with the hopes of getting those watch hours as quick as I did within that 1 month time frame. Of course, that's not always realistic and most people probably build up over time, but it doesn't hurt to try to get as many hours as you can in a month. And obviously, if possible, get to 4,000 in a month, and it shows that it is possible. So even if you are new to YouTube and this might be your first or second month, you know, any month might be the one for you, and next month you might be able to get 4,000. So I feel like this video just shows people that it really is possible to do it in a month. I definitely didn't think it was possible in 1 month. I thought for sure it would take, you know, at least like 6 months or something to just get the whole watch hours accumulated, but clearly with the right strategy, it's possible to do it a lot quicker than you think. Alright, so let's get into the tips. So my first tip is when you first start out on YouTube, don't be afraid to post about anything and everything you want. So I know a lot of people say that you should niche down when you're starting at your channel and really focus in on, you know, 1 or 2 subjects. But in my case, I think that the reason I got my initial big chunk of watch hours was because I didn't niche down. So let me just explain that a little bit. If you post content about different things and different subjects, you have the chance to see what subjects perform well, what don't, and what you should hone in on in the future. So once you see a video or a topic performing significantly better than the rest on your channel, that's when you should really niche down and start making content that's similar to that subject. Until then, I think you should really test out the market because you really never know what will stick. I know for myself, I definitely didn't think that my Redbubble video would be the first one to make it big, I guess. But that's what people are interested in right now, so you kind of just have to let the people lead you. And your analytics will also tell you the same thing. So you'll see clear spikes on videos that perform well compared to other videos, and you'll know when you've hit a gold mine of a topic. So now let's get into my second tip. So this one is super important, and I think it's one of those tips that can really take your channel to the next level. When you see one of your video topics taking off, it is so important to repeat, and then repeat a little bit more. Create more videos that are related to that topic and release them as fast as you can. You really want to continue the momentum of the first video that did really well for you and follow it up with more of the same type of videos so that the audience has more to watch and it's something you already know that they're guaranteed to be interested in. So in my case, I noticed that the first video that started doing really well and way better than other videos that I had posted on my channel was about Redbubble and print on demand. So once I saw that, I brainstormed tons of other ideas about similar videos I could make that could help people in that industry and people that are wanting to get into that industry. And it's clearly worked out well for me. So I think it's really a formula that you can repeat with any subject and any niche. So I'm actually just going to jump into my analytics here and show you that specific video and the analytics for when it started taking off and how I knew that I had to make more videos on it. Oh, so I actually posted this video on March 27th and it took a while for it to really pick up. So that's another thing. I guess this is like tip 2.5, or it could even be its own, but I didn't have it written on the list here. You never know when videos are going to pick up, so don't lose hope, don't delete them. You know, it could be months after you posted it that a video starts doing really well, and then you'd obviously regret it if you didn't make that video or deleted it because it wasn't doing well initially. So yeah, the first day I posted it, let's see here, I got 59 views. So for me, yeah, that was pretty typical. Nothing to write home about, but the first few weeks, there were no special results. I definitely didn't think this was gonna be a hit video or anything like that. But as you can see here, when it starts moving off of that bottom line, it's around like April 15th-ish, I guess, I noticed that I was getting a few more views than I normally would per day, especially at that time frame, because normally I'd get all my views within the first week and then, you know, the videos would kind of die down because they're not new anymore. But this one actually started getting more views the longer it was out, and I started noticing this and I was like, this is really strange. Like, I've never gotten this many views on a video before. Should I do something about this? And at that time I had I had filmed another video about print on demand, which was the one where I share how I was able to make $20,000 off of these sites. So once I saw that this one started taking off, I was like, okay, I really actually need to start editing that other video, because I had it sitting just on my laptop for a while unedited because, I don't know, I just didn't feel like doing it, I guess. But once I saw this, I knew I had to get that one out as soon as possible. So I quickly edited that, and kind of within the same week that this one was taking off, I posted the other one so that it kind of rode off that momentum, and the rest is history. It worked, and it can work for you too. Right, so that was my second tip for you guys, and now I'll move on to my third. So apart from creating similar videos to the ones that you can tell are picking up on your channel, it is really important to make sure you're adding value in every single video that you put out. Usually people watch videos on YouTube for two main reasons, either to be entertained or to be educated. So my videos are more on the educational side, and personally that's the type of video I like filming. I always love watching educational and like learning and growth videos on YouTube even before I became a YouTuber, so that's just my preference. But either one gives something of value to the person that you're watching, you know, whether it's a laugh or something new that they learned. And I think that's really important when filming your videos, you have to provide them with something that they can take away after watching the video and something that will want them to continue watching your video. So value can mean a lot of different things to different people, but just make sure that, you know, when you're thinking up video ideas, don't just do something very superficial. Make sure that whether it's even like cooking or health related, that you're teaching them something and that they're learning something they can take away from your video. These days it's really hard to get people's attention and get a lot of their time. So if you're not giving them something of value to watch, then there's no reason that they should stay on your video, and they'll just move on to the next video in their queue and give their watch hours to someone else. Obviously not every video you post will have the same degree of value or entertainment, but it's really important that to some degree you bring that to the table. Alright, so those were my top tips and strategies for how I was able to gain 4,000 watch hours quickly and how you can replicate these results on your own channel. Obviously, another important tip is to never give up. There is so many people on YouTube and so many people doing well. I feel like people always are scared to join YouTube at this point in time because they think that whatever market they join will be oversaturated, but that's so not the case. I feel like more and more people are getting on the platform, whether that's creators or viewers, so there's always room for you, and don't be discouraged because you think there's too many people already on YouTube. And also, whatever timeline you find yourself getting the 4,000 watch hours in, be proud of it because it is a huge accomplishment. When you think of it, 4,000 watch hours is a ton of time, and imagine just you spending 4,000 watch hours on something. So just be proud of yourself for getting there, and even if you're not there, keep trying because it is worth it once you get there, and it's definitely, I think, the hardest part of the monetization process. For me, I was able to reach that 1,000 subscriber mark before I got the 4,000, and I think a lot of other people are in that same boat. So it definitely feels great once you finally get there. As you probably noticed, I switched backgrounds. I'm trying to find like the best filming setup in the new house because there's honestly not too much decor around since a lot of our furniture and everything we bought has been back ordered. So it's still gonna take like a month or so to get most of the furniture we need. I will eventually have a really nice backdrop in this room because this will be kind of like the office / filming space, so that stuff is going to come in eventually. But for now, I have this plant here. I thought I'd liven the place up a little bit with that. So yeah, thanks for sticking with me through all these background changes, and not the best backgrounds, but in a few months I should have the perfect background, so stay tuned for that. But either way, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and feel free to like it if you learned something new, and if you're on your own journey of getting to 4,000 watch hours. I really appreciate you guys watching me for 4,000 plus hours at this point, so thank you for that, and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more and want to continue supporting me. I also have a little promo for my sister. She just recently restarted her YouTube channel. She was actually the first YouTuber out of both of us. I think she started it maybe like 5 years ago or something, but she didn't post for a while. But now she's posting again with a new niche, so she's kind of doing like the health and lifestyle niche because she's really into that right now. So go check out her channel. I'll link it in the description section below. So I'd really appreciate that if you guys went to go and check out her channel and gave her some support and let her know that I sent you there. Anyways, that's been a long outro, so I'm gonna stop it right there. I'll see you guys in my next video. It will definitely be a Redbubble / print on demand based video, so don't worry, I still have lots of those coming. I thought I'd just slide a YouTube one in there and see what you guys thought. But yeah, more print on demand stuff is coming as well. So I will see you guys next time. Bye.